Welcome to the Vegas Insider channel here on YouTube. Kevin Rogers and Tony Mejia with you as we take a look at week one selections in the NFL. And what we're going to do every single week is we're going to give out our contest picks. There are several contests out in Las Vegas, and Tony and I are both going to give out our selections. There's 5 picks every single week against the spread. And we are going to give out our 5 picks for the week, and you can track it as we go through. Tony has 2 picks. I have 2 picks, and we're going to come up with a consensus 5th pick between the 2 of us, and we'll go back and forth on these selections. And I will begin with our first pick for the week, and I'm going to take the Cleveland Browns getting 8 points against the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday. And Tony, this Ravens team, we know how good they were last year, 14-2 in the regular season, and Lamar Jackson won the MVP. However, though, the Browns did go into Baltimore, and they ran all over the Ravens. Nick Chubb had 3 touchdown runs. Baker Mayfield threw for over 300 yards. And, of course, we know what kind of disaster the Browns were last year. But I do have a feeling here in this game that this is one that Cleveland could steal, that not only can they cover, but I think that they could maybe get this one. No preseason for anybody in the NFL, but for Baltimore coming off of the disappointing loss to Tennessee in the second round, everyone is going to say the pressure is on the Ravens this year, especially seeing what the Chiefs did last year, winning the Super Bowl and already coming out with a week 1 win over the Texans, that the pressure's on them. I think with Cleveland hitting the reset button, this is a good spot to take them and take the points.
I'm in agreement with you on this, and for our viewers, this is a collaborative effort. So, again, Kevin's going to come up with 2 picks. I'm going to come up with 2 picks. We're going to agree on one, and sometimes you'll see veto powers, although not in this one. And we use the KIV proxy service, Kelly in Vegas, to deliver all our picks. I'm in Westgate. We're going to split the circle one, and the goal is to win both contests. So we're going to do our best. A lot of these will be our best bets. And I'm in total agreement with Kevin on the Cleveland Browns. I think the ball will be on the ground a lot. I think we'll see a 1-possession game in the fourth quarter. So you have to take the points there. I'm going to go a little chalky with my first pick, Kevin, and I'm riding the Indianapolis Colts, who haven't won in Jacksonville since 2014, but I think they'll beat the Jags by double digits. Adam Schefter scared me a little bit by reporting that Anthony Costanzo, the talented left tackle, is dealing with an oblique injury, and center Ryan Kelly, most recently made the highest paid center in the league, is also dealing with a knee issue. They've also got Quentin Nelson, the best guard in football. So clearly Phillip Rivers has a talented offensive line in front of him. And as it stands now, everybody should suit up for the Colts. It's the healthiest they've been to start a season in years. And I think Rivers will hit the ground running. T.Y. Hilton says he hasn't felt this good since his all-pro season. And they've got a lot of weapons. Now Marlon Mack has some company in the backfield with Jonathan Taylor. The Jaguars, almost a third of their roster comprised of rookies. So they're clearly in a rebuild. I'm not a huge believer in Gardner Minshew. I think the Colts win by double digits. So I'm going to lay the 8 for my first pick with the Indianapolis Colts to win in Jacksonville.
For our third pick, everyone's going to have eyes on this game at 4:25 in New Orleans, but I'm just not ready to back Tom Brady, considering we've seen nothing out of this Tampa Bay team with all of the moving pieces now. And you look at New Orleans, it does feel like a forgotten team a little bit. New Orleans, who is coming off a disappointing loss in the wild card round to Minnesota this past season. New Orleans still a more proven team than Tampa Bay. It's as simple as that. And the Buccaneers, they will make a lot of waves this year. There's going to be a lot of focus on them. But how much does Tom Brady have left in the tank right now? That's the big question. I'm going to back the Saints here, laying the 3.5 against Tampa Bay to cover and win week 1.
And I'm going to take us to Monday night for my 4th pick. And that is the Pittsburgh Steelers in the first half of that doubleheader against the New York Giants. It's Joe Judge's debut. And I just like the fact that the Steelers should rally around Ben Roethlisberger in his return. He hasn't thrown a touchdown pass since 2018, but a lot of people do forget because of last year's injuries that the 2018 season was the most prolific one of his career. I think he'll be able to ride a very talented running game behind that big, sturdy offensive line and a defense that's going to give the Giants fits to enough to win by more than a touchdown. So they're laying 6. That line jumped throughout the week. So a lot of people are with me on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Often that's very scary, but I just don't see a way that the Giants leave the field with a victory in that game. I think Pittsburgh goes ahead and wins by 7+. I'm going to take the Steelers over the Giants for our 4th selection in these contest picks.
And also, Mike Tomlin has a pretty good track record on Monday Night Football as well. So something else to throw out there with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now we get to our 5th pick, our 5th and final pick. And we agreed, Tony and I, that we would come to a consensus, the two of us. And obviously now we've gotten 4 games out of the way, and you take away the Thursday night game, that what else can we come to? And there were 2 games that we got down to. It was either the Raiders against the Panthers in Carolina or the Dolphins against the Patriots. And we ultimately decided to go with the Miami Dolphins, getting 6.5 points at New England against this retooled Patriots team. Cam Newton is the new quarterback of the Patriots, and New England has plenty of guys that opted out of the season due to COVID concerns. The Dolphins, I think a little more continuity on this team. Brian Flores in his 2nd season, he's brought this team together. They had a rough start to last year, and they had a really good finish, which ended with a victory at New England over the Patriots, which prevented them from getting a bye in the playoffs, and they ultimately got knocked out by Tennessee in the first round. Ryan Fitzpatrick continues to be the starting quarterback of this Dolphins team. You know Tua Tagovailoa will be the quarterback down the line, but right now he's not ready. Fitzpatrick has command of this team. The Dolphins made a lot of acquisitions in the offseason to improve their team, and I just think that Miami right now, after the low expectations going into last year, they've been elevated to an extent that they could maybe be a wild card team in the AFC, that I do like them, Tony. That was our 5th pick, getting the points against New England.
Yeah, and I'm a believer that Cam Newton can succeed in New England. I just don't know that it'll happen immediately. I mean, there's got to be some chemistry involved. The Dolphins really upgraded their defense. They added Byron Jones from the Cowboys to solidify their secondary. Kyle Van Noy, a very versatile piece in the front 7 that I think will have great success. And Brian Flores knows exactly what the Patriots are going to want to do on both sides of the ball. I just think I'm in agreement that this will be a much closer game than expected. Wouldn't shock me at all if Cam has to pull some Superman heroics to bring the Patriots back in the 4th quarter. I think the Dolphins have a shot to be leading into the final 15 minutes. So absolutely, I'm in agreement. Take the points with the Miami Dolphins against New England.
So to review our 5 contest picks for week 1 in the NFL, we are taking Cleveland at Baltimore, Indianapolis to cover at Jacksonville, the Steelers to cover Monday night against the Giants, New Orleans at home against Tampa Bay, and the Dolphins getting points against the Patriots on Sunday in Foxborough. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Vegas Insider. We already are putting out the NFL videos for Thursday night football, Sunday night with the Rams and the Cowboys, and also have a breakdown of the Monday night games between the Steelers and the Giants, as well as the Titans and the Broncos in the late game. Best of luck with your selections. For Tony Mejia, I am Kevin Rogers. Thanks a lot for watching here on the Vegas Insider channel on YouTube.